Hey everyone, Magnus here, superbly humble. We're going to do a state of the sub today, and I figured it would be the best way to introduce the YouTube channel and kind of get everybody involved in seeing what goes on behind the scenes. Really know what's going on with the sub as far as moderation goes and behind the scenes, just to show you that we are trying to put the community first and that there is a lot of work that goes in the background here. So what I have displayed is, first off, we've been back for 9 months, so that's great. We did end up losing about 90% of the subs that was on this channel, which is a lot. I think we had 13 or 14,000 when we first started back up, which was still good, but I mean, a lot of those were dead accounts or just people that were subscribed to it and yada yada. So, but we're building back up, and so we are on approach to 20,000 subs again, so that's pretty good. End of the year, we should be reaching about 25, depending on how fast it is. It has been snowballing, and that's just kind of the nature of it. As it grows, it starts getting advertised a little bit more people join, etc., etc., you know, and that's why you're here. So, but congrats. So we are getting bigger, and that's the best thing that we can do. Engagement and updoots. We will go over our insights here. So let's go ahead and do that, just so that you guys can take a look. And I'll show you behind the scenes that most people don't normally see. But I'm very happy to share that with you. So this is our community growth. And you can see for the last 7 days that we've had about 25,000 views, that's pretty good engagement. I mean, that's pretty high. And that's up 3,500, 3,300 actually from the last 7 days. So we do get a lot of eyes on here. So per post on here, you can see that there's about 1,000 unique on average. So, and that's up from 100. So just remember that when you guys do a post, when you guys, girls, they, them, everybody, you will get eyes on your post. And so what you're doing is not irrelevant. The questions you do ask, people are seeing. They may not engage with you, but they are seeing it. So I encourage you, post more. Post what you want. This isn't just something that you can, you know, post. I have a game coming up and answer this for me, or I have a little simple question. You can post whatever you want. It could be a picture of a design tool that you see. You know, a lot of these people that are posting here are not going to have a published game, and this is for fun as well. This is a hobby. And, you know, some people make this a career, but at the end of the day, board game design is about designing board games, and some people do that just for fun. Some people do it because they want to make a profit out of it and whatnot. So it could be anything from, you know, what type of paints and things that you have, or, you know, doing epoxy resin and molds, and you know, what design tools you use, or what cards you use, or, you know, like you know, getting new spray paint kind of things, or whatever. You know, I have a lot of tools from studios over the years, and you know, I have a lot of experience with this. So if you have anything that you want to contribute, go for it. I'd be happy to as well. My time does get limited, though. Unfortunately, I am only one person, and I do a lot in the background. And so, while I do try to get to everybody, I'm a busy person too. So I have a life outside of this that we're doing a lot of volunteer work in the community, everything from math tutoring to I'm on a number of different boards that we help with the town here. We go to council meetings and Rotary clubs and all of that. And, you know, it's fun. It's great. It's engaging, but it only leaves so much time to help you guys as well. And, you know, this is not something that I get paid for. So when I do contribute to you, just, you know, try to understand that I want the best for you. And hopefully we can all be in a position where we get more and more people engaged with that. So let's take a look still at some insights. Sorry, I ramble on. I'm a talker. You'll find that out. So we have 152 new subscriptions up from the 7 days, and that's up 1. But that's great. That's not just one person. That's last time we had 151 new subscriptions. So we are rapidly growing. We had 13 unsubscribed. Oh no. These things happen. It's Reddit. Some people accidentally subscribe, unsubscribe. You hit the button, you go back in. It counts. The system's not perfect, but it is what it is. And you can take a look at the page views as well here. You can see nobody uses old Reddit. Just, you know, not for ours anyway. Some people still use it for other purposes, but the majority of the people that are coming in are Android users. But you can see, and that kind of helps gauge for me to know where people are coming from, so I can see what kind of format they use. But other than that, it's not a huge insight for us to see. It's just nice to see the people in general, and this is just 24 hours. This is 24 hours. This is really cool, right? So probably most are me, but unique views. Here's the unique one as well. So it's not just the page views. These are unique people coming in, and look at. I mean, these are not small numbers. They're not huge. We're not in the millions like board games, but these are targeted direct designers that are coming in here. So this is a good market, and you will have eyes on this of people that are dedicated to this craft. So, and then this is just our members growth. You can see for the last 7 days, and I mean, it goes up and it goes down and it goes up. And these are our subscriptions and unsubscribes. So sometimes you can see when you post something and somebody doesn't like it, how badly they don't like it, they'll unsubscribe. But and this is just our 30 days, and you can see they jump. Some days are better than others, and some days are worse. And well, nobody unsubscribed that day, but somebody posted something on these days they didn't like. That's for sure. Somebody posted something there, and nobody liked it. So that's that. I can show you our team health, and we can kind of name and shame here. So I mean, it's not that these are. I mean, these are public, so you can take a look and see who each one of these individuals are. But you can see 4 of our moderators actually took action, and that kind of helps on our part to see we have 5 moderators, so somebody did nothing, and that's okay, because CB Painting, as you can see here, is just our resident painter. So we do have an artist and someone that actually is very good at it that is in the moderator team. So they're not expected to do anything. None of these people are expected to do anything on here, and I just appreciate their work. But you can see that there's a lot of work that goes in here for the last 7 days. So there's a lot. Messages, all that, mod mail and reports and removal, so you guys can see. You don't have to necessarily see this stuff, and I'm not going to show names in here because that's just not appropriate, but the rest of it is, you can see that we are doing work in behind the scenes. So that is aside from the insights that you guys can take a look at here. Oh, I had little dude there posted the entire time. I hope that didn't destroy everything. I'm going to go ahead and remove him down because that's really distracting. My apologies there. Sorry, just give me a mild heart attack that I'm going to have to record all this again. I don't really want to. So let's go ahead and take, right now, we'll just look at our new banner at the top. This is just preliminary. So if you guys like something in this this range, of design, then we'll keep it. I kind of wanted to touch base because it's a lot of different things here. It's creativity. It's all encompassing with cards and board games as well as it is miniatures, and that's something that I really wanted to imply here. Now they don't all match up, and that's kind of the nature of it. So I'll be working on that as I can, but I'm not really too much of an artist, and so what we get is what we get for now. But I like it. I think it's a lot better than just a whole bunch of board games sitting around, because board games sitting around your house is kind of tacky, and so I think so for the banner as well. By the way, I have over 2,000 board games, and it doesn't get any smaller. It's yeah, I mean, video games and it's just ridiculous, people. I'm sorry. But anyways, so yeah, we are going to touch base now with our Discord, which I have here in the background, as you can see, and that's kind of a new thing as well, that we wanted to get going, because Discord is a really, really great place for following up on games and doing design. I mean, it's really good for interactions because we can actually have live video there, and we can have chats, and people can jump in and out of these channels. You can post things, it'll still be there. You can follow up on games that you're designing, and then you can stay in the channel, and we kind of get a feeling of who's there and who you are, and it just builds from there as friendships go, or business relationships go. So I figured that that was going to be the best way to really grow things here. And we had somebody, Ross Esmond, step up and help set up this Discord server, and doing administrative work, even though they're very, very busy, and I really appreciate the effort on here. They're going to be part of things changing in the future, you know, as much as they want to be and as much as they can be. And everyone else can be on there too. If anybody has time that they want to put in towards volunteering, please, you know, be part of the community. It goes a long way. It's not just adding things into the, it's not, you know, putting things into the Discord, putting things into the wiki, putting things online and adding to the sub, or, you know, even contributions to YouTube and Ask Me Anythings and all of that. You know, we do conventions. We will go to all different types of conventions. You can always see us there, meet us there. And as we grow, more and more people will be involved. And the more that your name and the more that your contributions get involved, the more that people see you. And that just works in any world. This is just a really nice platform that people will be able to see you. So now for Discord, there are people that have no idea how Discord works. And I'll just give you a quick, brief overview of it. You know, we have the links there. You click the link, you come in, you join. This is a community-driven Discord, which that's new to me as well, but it allows for us to have all these different types of forums and you know, be publicly searchable once we get to a certain size. So I encourage you to join it, even if there's not a lot of activity right now. Just come in and say hi. And if you have a game, post your game in there. And if you have ideas, post them in there, or post anything in just the coffee lounge and just chat with people, because in here is live conversations that you can have, or we can come back to it and see, and you're actually engaging with us. And don't be scared to do that and say hi, because some of the people here are veteran designers, and some people are heads of studios, or they work for production companies or distribution companies. They're manufacturers in here, and there's nothing wrong with just asking questions or saying, this is my idea going forward. Now, we will moderate this, of course. This is going to be something that we're not just going to have people come in and, you know, this and that yell at you for having an idea. Your ideas are welcome, and the people that are a little bit short with their fuses, we'll kind of give you chances on that to say, hey, you know, to simmer it down a little bit, because we're not here against each other, and you know, we really don't want the rhetoric going in that kind of direction. This is a place to have fun, and I think you'll find that here with this Discord server. If you're new to Discord, if you're new to Reddit in general, you know, we are not inflammatory here. I like to be calm, collected, and all about board games. Board games are fun. You know, you don't like playing board games with a hot-headed person that's going to throw the table like grandma used to do. Flashbacks, PTSD. So we don't want that. So feel free to join in and jump on here. And a lot of the people that you meet are great people. And eventually, if you go into this beyond just a hobby, you'll start meeting these people in real life when you do go to conventions, or, you know, just in general, if you go to different game stores, you go to game nights. I travel to all different types of game stores throughout Canada and America, and hopefully one day Europe. And I get to meet the owners, and I get to meet people that actually go there on the regular and get to know them. And so that helps as well. And it helps do sales on top of it if you do sell. So anyways, there goes with the talking again. So we have our announcement channel. When you first come in here, you're going to come into the introductions channel where people come in. We will have, I believe, a rule set or something that comes up there for people to see. We are going to have announcements here. Things come on. I just put the Gen Con in there. I mean, it's over now, but you see how that's going to work. And, you know, it's just going to be announcements that come through. So you can come in and just kind of check that. If there's something new, it'll pop up. General chat. That's where we are. That's where everybody comes in. Just say, hey, how's it going? Introductions, again, will be at the top. We've kind of categorized this. This is getting old, but everything changes over and over and over again. We're going to be starting up the monthly competitions, and they're going to be posted here. Now, we are going to be adding other things as well to it. So, you know, I'm just going to show you news and service suggestions. The list is locked because it's a moderator. That's people that don't belong in the server, and I just want to have a list of that. I don't like to ban people, and if you look at the subreddit, very, very few people have been banned. And if they are, it's a temporary ban because you can come back. I always believe in forgiveness, and I think that sometimes you can have a hot-headed comment, but that's what that is. I'm being open and honest with you that I will have a list with people that do cause trouble, because that's not what we're about. You know, don't be that person, please. So when you come in, there's other categories in here. So we did do, we thought this was the best for, you know, having discussion channels. And then design, so we can focus on that. So if you come in, if you need advice on something, come in, just post it in here. If you something that you don't need to create an actual post on Reddit for, post it here, or create it on Reddit as well, and also post the link to it here so we can go check it out. I'm happy with that. That boosts engagement Engagement's great. That builds us up higher and higher, and that just keeps going. Um, Brainstorming, anything. You have an idea, or you want to come up with an idea, and you don't have one. Hey, I need to create a board game. Post it in here. What should we create? And you can collaborate with other people too. And it doesn't mean it has to go anywhere, and it doesn't mean that you both can't build independent games, or all of us. But this is a good place for that. Ideas and inspiration, same thing, and so forth. So your rules, rule books, game mechanics, design, everything that falls into these categories that you just need to post in here and throw a picture of it. Say, hey, what do you guys think? This is the better place to do that instead of doing your art post on Reddit. So I don't want our post on Reddit. You guys don't want our post on Reddit. That's for other places that are less moderated and more of a Wild West area. Ours is more serious, but this is a great place to do that. Playtesting, I really like this spot. So this is where you can have questions about your playtesting. Looking for playtesters, awesome. So live, plus you can just jump into a voice channel if you get some. Your guidelines. Guidelines is going to be something that you can't post. It's just going to be a sheet, and I'll show you that when I get to active development here. If it's just going to be a template that I like to use and that you can use as well, you can always edit it and do your own thing. Active development. So this is cool because it comes into a forum style, and look at how this looks. And this is going to be multiple of them. You'll see new games posted like this. You can scroll through and say, hey, I want to jump in on that, or I don't want to jump in. And then when you actually do click on it, you'll have this here. You'll see, you can post it how you want. I posted this one because this is the one that I most recently tested. And you can give, the person that posted this this is a list of it. This is where the links are and all of that. You can download. This is a printed place, so it's much easier. Here's the image of the title and whatnot. And then underneath, when you're done, you can post your results. And so I just did one for an example, but you can go ahead and take a look, and I'll go ahead and blow it up here for you. But this is really, really solid data that people can use for their games going forward. And this is what it looks like when I do a play test of a game. And so it's not a small amount of work that goes into it. This is what you should get when you pay for something, but you're not paying here, unless maybe you create an agreement with somebody outside of it. But I don't charge to do play tests, and I do a very thorough job. This is something that people pay a lot of money for. So this is another service that I offer to you to jump in on for any reason. I don't take your games. You don't have to post here. I prefer that you do, but you can always just send it to me, and I will give you really good feedback on your games when I have time to do it. But this one I spent a couple hours doing, and that's usually about the case to give off a good example of what's going on. So now, and see how it pops up under here too. And it'll always cycle too. As it gets older, that'll disappear, but as more games are in there, you'll see. So I will close that one off. For playtesting, we don't need to have that one open. So we'll do publication. And now publication is artwork. You can post whatever you want artwork in here. I don't care if you want to search for an artist wants to search for you. You can do it in here. No holds barred. All good. Crowdfunding help. It's not about crowdfunding. Don't post your crowdfunding here. You can post a link to it as long as there's a question associated with it and not one of those, hey, what do you guys think of my crowdfunding? Here's a link to it. Wink, wink. No. Actual help with crowdfunding. Production, manufacturing, again, same thing, and publishing. So if you have questions on there, you can go in. And this is a great place too. So once we start populating this, we start advertising this Discord, and we actually really get a population here, we will get other eyes on this as well. So when you do post something in publishing, do some production, you might get people that are saying, hey, send me a DM, and you might be able to do a pitch on there and we can help. And then of course, there's always going to be voice channels in here. I do have one for mods just so that we can have a discussion spot, but gaming, lobby, whatever you want, you guys can populate them as you will. So yeah, so that is the Discord. That's a quick rundown of that, so you have an understanding of what we do on there. And I really hope that that is something that you guys can use, and it well, we can all use it, and we can just come together there. So the YouTube is new. You're here. Welcome. You're seeing this, so obviously you know how YouTube works. If you could just like the videos, you don't have to comment here, but if you just post or do a little comment, we'll start growing. And the real thing about this is that, A, I can communicate with you, the community, who is the blood, the heart of what we do. But if we do break their algorithm, then we can get more people to our server. And that's what we want. We want more attention. We want more people there so we can get more designers in. We still will be serious about it. We still will heavily moderate everything. So we're not just going to allow everybody to just do what they want, but the more people, the better, and that's great. And so we'll be doing with Board Game Geek as well. Um, and I've already posted a couple of times there, and we're starting to get more engagement because of that. And then the wiki, I didn't put it on this list, but the wiki is now active for people to do contributions to. If you need me to add a page, let me know. I do that instantly. I believe that you can add a page, but you need to have a certain level of karma in order to post, and your account needs to be active, I think, for more than 15 days. That's just to prevent people from coming in and just doing a single post and then running away. So please populate it what you want. I can always revert changes if someone goes in and just nukes the whole thing, which I hope they don't, but easy enough to do. So I'll take the risk that we can have public contributions, and that's the problem with it. So that's okay. I suggest just keeping a backup of your text on your computer just in case something happens like that. And I do have to revert, but I'll try and back it up myself. But there is always backup copies on Reddit, so that's fine. But add to it as much as you want. If you have a link to a website that you use and it's really nice, add that. Don't add just a link to a list of resources. Just add that resource directly. So there's a few people that have created really nice curated lists that I will add on there, and that's fine. But for the most part, just go ahead and add what you want, details, instructions that you find, people that you've used, tools that you've used, materials that you like, what manufacturing websites are out there. We want to do the whole introduction to gaming on there, so we can kind of get people through, and then we'll have a separate page for that and list of resources that they can go through, links like the MIT course on there as well that they can get started on, and links to YouTubes for people to go, Board Game Lab, and Adam and Wills, and there's so many of them, so a podcast that people can listen to. But really just an introduction so that we stop getting the post about, hey, I'm creating a new board game, where do I get started? And we get quite a few of those, and we can just send them to the Wikipedia page. Well, it's not quite Wikipedia, but we can send them to the wiki, and hopefully that can help people get started. And then also for veterans too, we'll have a list of people for contacts, games that have been published based on our sub, and people that want to be contacted, and people that have added to it, everything. So that we just want to have a dedicated master list. So events, we will be doing events. And I know I tried doing one earlier, and I feel really bad because I wanted to do a Let's Build board game together, and we kind of voted on that, and then just kind of fizzled out, and engagement went lower because of that for a bit. And it wasn't my intention to just bail on it, but Reddit's a really hard spot to do that. Even with their chat, with the post, it's hard to follow up on that kind of stuff and create a new post, and it looks, it feels awful, it's clunky, and so Discord, now that that's set up, is the right place to do that. And we can do polls still on Reddit, which is great, and we can do announcements that we're doing it, but you don't want to keep an active post at the very top for way too long about, hey, we're creating this, just add to it, and it just doesn't work very well. So the Discord is going to be the place to do that, and then we can do updates of it. So we'll do lots of different events. So one is going to be Break My Game, which we're taking inspiration from. So you have a game that you're designing and prototype, and you're getting close, or you need to test a new mechanic, put it up, we'll break it. There's lots of people here that want to break your game, and they have time to do it. They would love to do that kind of thing. So post it. We're not here to just ask questions. We're here to actually contribute. So we'll be posting that. Ask me anything. I have a few good ones lined up. We're going to start doing that for January. But I do have some people lined up, some friends in the industry. So that'll start. That'll be fun. Promoting early prototypes. Yeah, if you have an early prototype that doesn't have artwork or is very minimal artwork, MS Paint stuff, or even just blocks and dots, we want it. We want you to post on here, and that's where you can post about your game in the Discord. You can do a quick post about it online if you want, or you can directly message me. We can post it in the Discord, get some eyes on it, get some attention on it to get it tested, test your mechanics, and focus on you, who you are, and get an understanding of what you do and where you want to go with it, because that doesn't happen. Early prototypes don't get focused on, and we want to focus on you. We do. And that's anybody. I mean, you could be a veteran in the industry. You could be Richard Garfield, and you could have a prototype that you want to test out. But with him, people probably would be jumping on it. But still, it's still just a spot that you can come and test it. And I'll I'll 100% test it for you, and we'll get other people to start doing that. And it helps build up the core mechanics from your game right away. And it's, you know, how good video game designers, like at Nintendo when they do video game design, they start with the mechanics first before anything else, because if your mechanics are great, if the game plays well, then you can build everything else beyond that, and people love it. It's the controls. And so if your mechanics of your game play well and everything's fluid and fun, then the rest of your game design is going to be easy, and you can use it as a template for the future. So come bring your early prototypes. Elevated designer focus. It's the same kind of thing, but the idea is that people in our community that are, you know, doing a Kickstarter, or someone that's coming up with an up and coming game, or just someone that's amazing and contributes to the community, we want to focus on you, and we will put you out there. You know, eventually, you know, we'll do chats on here on YouTube, and we'll do Discord, so people can say, hey, and how are you, and check out your stuff that you're doing. You know, put a link to your website or whatever you've got, and get the attention on you. That's what we want to do, because if you're trying to build up, you might as well get 20,000 people that view your stuff, you know. Or as we grow, if we build this community bigger, that's more and more people that will have eyes on you directly, especially as designers. And if you have other designers that are looking up to you or have eyes on you, then you can get the attention of the crowd too. So let's build. That's the card game that I wanted to design with you guys. This is going to be the spot to do it. So let's do that. This is the perfect place for it. We're going to start doing that. And I think the Let's Build we will do monthly. Sorry, Train. And Cat in the background, if you have heard. We will do once a month. I think we'll do a Let's Build, because I think that gives enough time for people to contribute. We have busy lives, and so going back and forth. We'll post about it once. We'll get started, get people in on it, and from the Discord, we'll have a certain amount of slots open for people to jump in on. Once those slots are filled, you know, that's it. So you'll want to get on that early. If you don't contribute, you'll be banned from the next one, not future ones, but just the next one that comes up, because we need you. There's only going to be so many spots to do a Let's Build. It's kind of like a class at the same time, but in all reality, we're just building something together, and we'll have rules for how we want to do it, and just, it'll be fun. But it's still community based, and it'll still be large enough. But the production ideas, yeah, so if you have, you know, hey, look, I got this new stamp and it works really well. That's a cool thing. Post a picture of it. You know, it doesn't have to be Reddit material, but it can definitely be Discord material. And then our contests, I have a lot of games. I have a lot of games, especially from my dad's time of making board games, and my time of making board games. We have lots of prototypes, and there's lots of prototypes of early games. I have a lot of games from Lakeside Games, just some old stuff. If you like collecting stuff like that, well, then it might be interesting to you, and that's something I'm willing to ship out worldwide to you. So we'll have rules that makes it fair, and we're going to be based on certain categories and criteria. So I'll announce more of that when it comes up, but we'll be doing that. I have talked to the other subs about that, the tabletop game design. They're new and kind of going through a transition where they lost their top moderator, and it's a new person involved with that. We'll see if they want to jump on board. If not, that's fine. They can keep separate. But the reality is that I'd like everybody to be involved, because we're all doing the same goal. So the contest will be open to all designers. You will just have to be part of our sub. So that'll be one of the rules, I know. Other than that, I think that is a great state of our sub. And if anything else comes up, I'll let you know, and I will be updating you next Sunday. So thanks for watching this. Thanks for subscribing to our sub in general for board